Next time you listen to that song, imagine that she's saying berry, 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 berry. Just imagine a bear. You'll be making your experience so much better. I wonder why she's yandere for that guy. Look, crazy people don't make sense. They make sense in their own warped logic, but it doesn't make sense to the rest of us. It's like trying to ask, I don't know, I can't even use an example, but do yourself a favor and don't get involved with crazy people. They have a very different sense of attachment. It's more possession rather than attachment. They more possess people rather than legitimately get attached to them. And they also discard people like tools rather than individuals. So do yourself a favor if you don't want to mindfuck and do yourself a favor, keep away from them. I experienced one such person. It was not worth it. Oh boy. They're fucked up and they know how to leave a mark. I got even. All right, episode 10, disturbance begins in the royal capital. Yeah, you guys remember that crazy girl? I don't know. What is it with crazy girls and liking innocent boys? It's like a notch on their belt, isn't it? They just want to make them suffer. Well, joke's on her. She's suffering now.
Good.
That's what she gets.
Good. We can finally get down to business. I'm sure I don't need to explain my presence to you, Sebas.
What the hell is going on here? Why is he cuddling this thing? What is it, a puppy?
Correct.
What? Explain his presence? I mean... No, please, do explain.
No, there is no need, my lord.
Oh, he thinks it's because he's keeping the prostitute girl. Whereas Overlord thinks that he's basically like a traitor. Well, this is gonna be awkward.
Where's your handkerchief? You're sweating something awful. Here, I'll lend you mine.
I certainly hope Ainz doesn't, blow his load too early and kill one of his most loyal people. Because of a bitch. You don't need bitches like that around that are gonna backstab you the first chance they get. This is why I have trust issues. He wouldn't recklessly do that to his friends' NPCs. I mean, it is a good strategy to ambush someone and put them under pressure. And not give them the opportunity to, rig things. But at the same time, what he thinks and what he knows is, Ainz is smart but not too smart. He's not smart. He just plays a lot of video games. There's a big difference. He knows the world that he's in, but he's not clever outside of that. I've seen his deductive reasoning. He's not the sharpest tool in the shed.
I have brought her, my lord.
Come in, Tuare. I wish to see Sebas' human pet with my own eyes.
Really, Ainz? You are human.
Good. You didn't run.
Really, Ainz? She's not that bad. He rescued her from a brothel where she was being abused.
On your
No. Control spells are unnecessary. I will permit her in decorum as a sign of respect for her bravery. I am Ainz Ulgone. You would do well to remember it, for I am the master of everyone here, including Sebas.
Right.
Now then.
How does Kakaitis fit through a door? Like, he's a massive bug. How does he fit through the door?
Sebas, I thought I instructed you to avoid drawing attention.
Yes.
Nonetheless, you have courted calamity for the sake of this no-account woman. Am I wrong?
Forgive me, Lord Ainz. I am deeply sorry that my indiscretion has caused you trouble. Nothing like this will happen again on my watch. You have my word.
Enough.
The question, am I wrong, is a loaded question. Because if you say you are wrong, what, you're saying to your Supreme Overlord that he's wrong? Really? Do you want to do that?
Everyone makes mistakes, including me. Be at ease.
What? What kind of Dark Lord are you? Sauron would be pissed. Everyone makes mistakes, including me. What?
This blunder is trivial, so I will forgive it.
What?
Thank you, Lord.
So, are we gonna torture the maid out there?
I am most grateful.
Can we torture that maid out there? I don't like her. Let's use her choke collar and pull it all the way in. It's gonna be enjoying to watch her eyes pop out from the blood pressure. That would be fun.
However, you must still make amends for your error. Kill her.
What?
My lord, is that necessary?
Are you a loyal dog that serves me, the 41, or a stray that follows its own will? Think hard before you answer.
Well,
Not with words, fool. Show me through your actions.
Wait, did he just stumble for a second? I heard him stumble.
Thank you, Lord. I am most grateful.
However, you must still make amends for your error. Kill her.
My lord, is that necessary?
Are you a loyal dog that serves me, the 41, or a stray that follows its own will?
But didn't you instruct your guardians to start thinking for themselves and questioning their orders?
Think hard before you answer.
Didn't you just say yourself that you make mistakes? And no one's perfect? And you instructed your guardians to sometimes start questioning and doing things? What is going on?
Well,
Not with words, fool. Show me through your actions.
That being said, Ainz can resurrect her, and he can always change his mind. Maybe it's a test of faith rather than literally wanting her dead. Okay, seriously, how does he move so quickly?
what is this?
Step away, Sebas.
Right, Lord.
Kokaitis, would you say he deliberately put enough force into that attack to kill this girl?
Ah, I see, so it was a test of loyalty.
Without a doubt, Lord.
In that case, I take it as undeniable proof that Sebas' loyalty is genuine.
Really? You could have gotten the exact same result by getting a car battery to his testicles. But then again, he might not like you after that. Okay, fair point.
This pleases me to no end.
Lord.
It's kind of cute how the girl was just resolved to die. She's like, well, I experienced some kindness. I'm okay with this. Can we get her a puppy? This girl needs a puppy. Get that girl a puppy. She deserves a puppy. This household needs a puppy. Can I, like, grab the chokehold on this woman and just pull it all the way? It would be fun watching her eyes, like, literally pop out. It would be hilarious her trying... You know what? Better yet, tie her arms and do that. And watch her struggle as she tries to loosen her neck. It would be hilarious. I really hate her. Betrayal is the one thing I absolutely hate. That is the one unforgivable thing. Betrayal. That? No. Physical torture wouldn't work since she's a slime. Fine, then get me a bag of salt.
Now, let's move on to the next topic. After an in-depth assessment, I believe you've gathered sufficient information. I've decided to vacate this mansion and return to Nosric. As for the fate of the woman, give me some time. I do not think death will be necessary, but I'm not yet certain of it. Demiurge, I will be taking Victim back with me.
Right.
Greater teleportation!
Wait, is that the puppy? That's the puppy, isn't it? Why are you making those weird noises? Greater teleportation! What the fuck happened?
With me.
Right.
Greater teleportation!
Is that Ainz? Or is someone pretending to be Ainz? What the fuck is going on? See, everyone in that scene was like, WTF.jpg. Look at this. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Everyone's like...
All of this has taken a toll on her. I think it would be best if she returned to her room. Since there's no longer an issue, I will escort her there myself. With your permission, of course, Lord Demiurge.
I suppose. Do what you must, Sebas.
I know you guys are all talking about alignments and stuff, but you gotta realize they don't play Dungeons and Dragons. I don't view people as being aligned on one way or the other. I just see them operating as human beings, making decisions based on their past experiences. And that being said, you're not actually fixed to a single point on morality. You can change and develop based on your experiences. You can be an incredibly evil person and then realize, holy shit, what I'm doing is wrong, and become the polar opposite. Whereas you could be a good person that turns out to be an asshole.
I do not intend
Down human, all of them are monsters. I mean, I get it, they're inside a video game. But this video game seems to have come to life, so I'm treating them like real human beings.
to apologize. But I'm certain that if I
Oh God, the
thought
piano.
a different way, I would not have to break my promise to you now.
What are you telling me?
To go and live a happy life in the world of humans. Lord Ein shall be able to erase all your bad memories. You can start over. Live free and happy.
But what about you?
I think it best if you forget me as well. After all, there's nothing good about me to remember.
What do you mean, nothing good? The only reason I'm happy is because I'm with you. Don't you see that?
Oh God, she's
This is
falling
the
in love
first
with him.
home I haven't thought of as hell. You gave me meals, a warm bed, and a decent, rewarding job. I was born and raised in a small farming village, you see. My life was as difficult there as in the brothel. We would tend to the fields with empty stomachs and dry throats, only to have the feudal lord take away most of our crop yield. Those of us that didn't starve went mad with hunger. Not to mention the way our lord treated us as his personal playthings. Even when I screamed, he would keep laughing as he violated me. He laughed.
All right.
Tiki, get the pike!
It may mean your death.
I would rather remember and be killed at your hand. At least I would die having felt warmth and happiness for a time.
Tamari, I will ask permission to take you back with me, if that's truly what you wish.
Can we go to that feudal lord and put him on a pike?
Thank you, Lord Sebas.
But first I must ask, do you have any attachment to the world of humans?
I would kind of like to see my younger sister again one day.
Oh God, you have a younger sister. That is never a good thing in this world.
But if leaving the human world behind means giving up on that, then I'm honestly fine with it.
That's dark.
Very well then. Go, rest in your room for now. I will go to Lord Ein's again and make the request.
Okay.
What are we, French revolutionarying him? I am not familiar with the French Revolution, but I am aware of the guillotine and the fact that the guy that created the guillotine was guillotined himself. That being said, I figure the guillotine is a little quick because it severs your head in a clean cutting motion. You don't feel it very much, and then after about 5 to 10 minutes, you lose consciousness. Whereas if you put someone on a pike, they slowly start going down on it, but while eventually dying of dehydration, because the wound keeps getting bigger and bigger, but the pike on itself is actually stopping the bleeding from getting too bad. So you don't actually die from the injury, you die from, well, let's face it, dehydration. It's no different from being crucified. That's why I like it. Because it's slow and painful. Wow, slubs are really messed up, aren't they? Huh. No wonder people keep trying to get rid of us. See, I told you. Told you!
That tickled my chin.
She's a really, really damaged puppy, but she basically said it herself. No one has ever treated her so nicely before in her life. So, basically, he's the only guy that ever treated her nicely. It doesn't stand to reason that she formed some sort of emotional attachment to him because, I mean, let's face it, everyone else was a dick to her. And deep down, she was miserable. And now she's not. So, like, you know, all those feelings get tangled. That being said, she's a really traumatized puppy. Like, really, really traumatized. Like, really badly damaged. We're talking Humpty Dumpty here.
I've never had a happy kiss. Thanks for that.
Poor thing.
Thank you for indulging me, Lord.
Is something wrong? Your face is flushed red.
You need not worry. I'm fine, my lord.
There's no need for titles with me.
I don't need it either.
All right.
I like these guys. They're chill.
Good, you're all here.
What the fuck was that animation? I pause it really quickly. I put it full screen. Look at his face. What is this? Scream? Look at that face. Can I zoom in? Do we have a zoom function? Why do we not have a zoom function?
Good.
Give me that. Oh, God damn it. What is it? 738. So I open it with this one. I know this one has a zoom function.
Good.
Fucking
We can
cash.
finally get down.
738. 737. Look at that shit. And then, do we have a zoom function here? Oh, come on, I have a zoom function. I know there's a zoom function in here somewhere. Video effects. Geometry? Interactive zoom, that's the one. Look at that face! What the hell is this? I do not believe that this is Ainz.
You're all here. Rise. I believe that went well. How about you, Demiurge? Have your anxious thoughts been abated? I, for one, never questioned Sebas' loyalty to me or Nazarick.
Yes, Lord, I am satisfied. And I am deeply sorry for my lack of faith. Despite your trust in him, you granted my request to test his loyalty, and it's greatly appreciated.
It's no matter. I have oversights as well. Now, you wish to discuss how to deal with that human woman, Sebas.
I mean, he had absolutely nothing to lose questioning his loyalty, because if he's loyal, he's lost absolutely nothing, and he's gained the confidence of the other Demiurge guy. If he failed the loyalty test, then he flushed out a traitor and a risk to the organization. So it's either a win-win situation to him with absolutely nothing to lose. Whereas someone that's loyal will not be upset that they've passed the loyalty test. Whereas someone that isn't loyal would be upset. So, again, you have absolutely nothing to lose.
I do.
I assume you're worried that she could leak information about Nazarick when she's been released. Then, after her memories are rearranged, you may provide her with coin and relocate her.
If I may, killing her would guarantee our safety, my lord.
No, I am not one who resorts to homicidal acts when it gains me nothing.
Understood, Lord.
Homicidal acts when it gains you nothing. What about laughter? You can't spell slaughter without laughter.
In that case, what if I put her to work in my stockyards?
Okay, stockyards after what he just heard? Demiurge, you're really pushing it.
Yes, that could work nicely.
If I may, Lord.
Oh, you saw that, didn't you? You guys saw that. You guys, watch his eyes. Watch his eyes. Watch.
Put her to work in my stockyards.
Yes, that could work nicely.
Did you see that? Oh yeah, Demiurge is not making out of this one alive.
If I may, Lord.
What is it, Sebas?
There is another solution. I would like to put the girl to work in the great tomb of Nazarick, if you're willing.
Slime is jealous! Did you see that? Look at that! Fuck you! Screw you, bitch!
I'll ask you the same thing I asked Kokaitis recently. Will taking her in benefit me in any way?
Yes. Another one to your, I don't know, harem of maids. There you go.
Yes, Tuari's an exceptional cook.
That is always a good thing. Cooks are good.
Since only a few in Nazarick possess that skill, adding her to our number will help lighten the load, if only a little.
You make a compelling sales pitch.
Indeed. I too have been considering that very point.
No, you haven't.
But Lord, are we certain this stray human can prepare food worthy of Nazarick?
Get her to cook.
Tuari seems well versed in cooking household fare.
What's going on with Demiurge and Sebas here? What the fuck is going on here? There's something going on. There is something going on.
Whether or not it's worthy, I couldn't say.
I, for one, believe something as common as steamed potatoes has no place in the tomb.
I cannot help but think you're being too hasty in your judgment. If she is skilled with homely meals, then she is capable of mastering other forms of cooking. We should look to the future.
In that case, I would like her to help with the cooking at my stockyard first. Making mincemeat for Abelion sheep is no easy chore.
I would be against that. Her
Come
talents would
on,
go to
Albert.
waste.
We put farming the rare drop from Cert the Fire Giant on the guild calendar a few days ago. How could you forget?
You're the one who's forgotten, Touch. We still have several members who need to complete the Ice Dragon Hunt event,
Excuse me? You look like you just came out from Alice in Wonderland.
so that they can unlock the ability to change classes.
Yes, but Cert's drop rate is much lower than the Ice Dragons. It'd be far more efficient to take care of it first.
Unbelievable! You can be such a spoiled freaking brat sometimes.
Look who's talking, Mr. Pouty McGoatface. The Ice Dragon is much more involved.
Trying to assign blame. I
Shut up
simply...
already! We are in the presence of Lord Hines.
Pardon us, Lord. We were careless.
Our foolish behavior was inexcusable.
Man, he was daydreaming.
I do not mind. Please be at ease. I miss bickering like this. Inhibited again. I'd like to speak to Tuari once more.
Wow, he just went human for a second.
Bring her here.
Right away. I'll just be a moment.
She looks familiar. Thanks for coming. I have some questions.
Familiar? You just saw her 5 minutes ago.
But know that if your answers are untruthful or unsatisfactory, we are done. You will lose your memories. First, tell me your full name.
Okay. It's Tuari Nina Vera, Lord.
Wait a minute!
You don't say. All right then, Tuari Nina. Is your desire to go to the great tomb of Nazarick, to live among the inhuman there? I am willing to give you great wealth and send you to a land far away from here, should you prefer it.
I wish to stay with Lord Sebas.
Very well. My servants, I have decided.
Lord,
In the name of Ainz Ulgon, Tuari Nina is now under my protection. You will be welcomed as my guest, and want for nothing.
Thank you very much, my lord, but if you'll allow it, I would like to be put to work alongside Lord Sebas.
If that is your wish, so be it. Henceforth, you shall work directly under Sebas as a provisional maid. At the same time, Sebas will step down from his role as leader of the Pleiades. The youngest of the Seven Sisters, Oriel Omega, will take his place. Yuri Alpha will be deputy leader.
Who?
Also, please inform everyone in the tomb that I have personally staked the great name of Ainz Ulgon on Tuari Nina's safety, and that you will work alongside them from this day forward. Demiurge, do you have any objections to my decision?
Not in the least, Supreme One.
Then to confirm, all the sentries posted in this mansion will return to Nazarick at once. Sebas, solution. Prepare to withdraw.
So who's getting promoted?
Lord Hines.
What is it, Demiurge?
The Ableon sheep are omnivores, so I would like to take this opportunity to procure a small amount of grain.
I see. Sebas, before you withdraw, purchase a large amount of grain and deliver it to Demiurge for me.
As you wish, Lord Hines.
Forgive my curiosity, but did you spare the girl because you know her?
Look at those quads. Quadosaurus Rex. No way he made it through that door.
I believe, perhaps more than anything, in returning kindness with kindness and evil with evil. We should endeavor to pay our debts back in full. This diary belonged to a young girl, broken-hearted and furious at the kidnapping of her older sister. To a certain degree, it provided me with a general knowledge of this world. I'm indebted to you, Nina. I can't repay you directly, but I will do so through your sister.
Is that the girl that died in season 1?
Lord Hines, I'd like to make a request if you'll indulge me. After reading over Sebas's findings, there is one place I would like to see. Could I impose on you, Lord?
I don't mind. You are acting for the benefit of Nazarick, aren't you? Go ahead. Enjoy.
I plan to, Lord.
going out for grain and to pay respects to some acquaintances. We could be gone for some time.
All right.
Keep an eye on things while we're gone, Tori.
I will. Don't worry, Lord Sebas.
Last night, Climb captured the head of Eight Fingers Slave Trade Division.
Not too shabby.
I think we should alter our plan. We'll launch simultaneous raids and take down all of their strongholds at once.
What is this, the International Convention of Blondes?
If we wait too long, we'll be at a disadvantage.
Well, yeah, but I thought we were short-handed. Can we pull it off?
I'm fairly certain the noblemen I'm meeting will be eager to lend a hand.
They're here, Princess.
Seriously, she's like collecting blondes or something. Gotta catch them all. I got the blonde with green eyes, the blonde with blue eyes, the blonde with red eyes, blondie, and then the blondie guy with blue eyes. Seriously, it's like, what the hell?
Oh, whoa.
I was surprised to receive a summons from you.
See, another blonde, and another blonde. Jesus Christ!
And intrigued.
It certainly piqued my interest as well.
Oh my god, it's Piggy Boy. Look at him. Oink, oink, oink.
So I decided to tag along. I trust you mine.
Oh, brother.
That's a brother?
Thank
Ew.
you for coming so quickly. I would like to ask for advice.
My advice?
I mean, if that was my brother, I would also have homicidal tendencies.
Really?
I believe that no one in all the court is better versed in these matters than you are, Marquis Raven.
Bitter.
I can have something sweeter made.
Or something from the trough, Piggy.
There's no need. I'm sure we'd all like to avoid any of these chatty palace maids seeing us together and reporting it back to their families.
Shall we dispense with the pleasantries and talk about what you really want?
Don't ask for too much. The Marquis may be one of the 6 great nobles and a member of the noble faction, but he has his own position to consider.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have your toes amputated due to diabetes by the age of 16.
Straight to the point then. Since you've been working with the royal faction in secret, I'd like you to mobilize the military. True, it might have been better to bring this request to the 3 great nobles who are publicly aligned with the royal faction. Sadly, one of them, Marquis Bloomrush, is a traitor and has been feeding information to the Empire.
She's talking like Shelt here.
Just a moment, Princess Renair.
You knew, right? Of course, the shameless opportunist would never be caught uninformed in these dire times. How else would you manipulate the factions to keep the kingdom intact?
Sorry, I missed something smart that she was saying. Let me just go back a little bit while the little piggy's putting his ice cubes thing in.
He has his own position to consider.
Straight to the point then. Since you've been working with the royal faction in secret, I'd like you to mobilize the military. True, it might have been better to bring this request to the 3 great nobles who are publicly aligned with the royal faction. Sadly, one of them, Marquis Bloomrush, is a traitor and has been feeding information to the Empire.
Just a moment, Princess Renair.
You knew, right? Of course, the shameless opportunist would never be caught uninformed in these dire times. How else would you manipulate the factions to keep the kingdom intact? That is why you restrict the information that flows his way so he never learns anything important. Masterfully done, by the way.
You live like a bird in a gilded cage up here. How do you know this?
I get bits of information and fill in the blanks. The maids do love their gossip.
You truly are a monster. Very well, then.
She has a very wide web.
I suppose we can drop all pretense. If that's okay with you, Prince. But before we do, I would like to speak with the real Princess Renair, please.
Oh boy. Ugh.
Magnificent! It's better than I thought.
Oh boy, he has a hard-on for a psycho. Oh god, this is what happens with rich royals. They get everything handed to them. They think they're God's gift to the earth.
I remember seeing those eyes when you were still a child. You've just been putting on an act?
Jesus, you're a pedo.
I was until I had been fulfilled.
You mean that boy Climb?
Yes, indeed. I'd marry him if I could. Though, while I was at it, I'd love chaining him up and keeping him all to myself. What joy I would feel.
Run now!
Keep. I see.
See, I told you, possessions.
It's an obsession, not love.
Told you, possession, obsession, whatever you want to call it.
I am in love with him. I adore his eyes and the way they look at me.
Oh god.
Not to mention the way he follows me around like a loyal dog on a leash.
So sorry.
See, told you.
I'm quite confused.
I don't need you to understand, dear brother. As long as you know that I am fond of Clyde and love him more than anything, that is enough for me.
But Clyde is just a commoner. Marriage is impossible.
I'll make a deal with you. Support my ascension, and I'll make sure you get hitched.
I'm in!
That was quick.
The moment I saw you, brother, I wanted nothing more than to bring up that subject. On that note, I have another request for you, Marquis Raven.
Oh god, the young prince is gonna fall down a flight of stairs, isn't he?
I'm listening.
I mean, she has all the maids on the payroll. Even the ones that bring him the bath towel while he's bathing in warm water. How difficult is it going to be for one of them, instead of bringing chocolate, to bring a nice little knife and slit him open while he's in the warm bath? My god, he's going to smell like a piggy.
Unless I'm mistaken, you are father to a young boy?
Yeah.
Oh god, she knows how to keep hostages.
Yes, he just turned 5.
I would like for him to be my betrothed.
No! I will die before I give my boy to a woman like you!
Didn't you just have a hard-on 20 seconds ago for her, you pedo? Really? The pedo psycho has a weak point? Why do you even have children?
Please, excuse my outburst, Highness. Would you mind telling me your reasons, Princess?
Wow, it's amateur hour here.
I'm sure you figured it out.
You plan to marry my son, but actually have your children with Clyde. Then my son could have children with whichever woman he loved. And
ah, the typical royal family thing. Don't forget the incest! Gotta have that inbreeding.
they'd be successors. Does that sum it up?
You're really proposing this right in front of me?
Sure. Better now than later, don't you think?
I hear you plan to go up against 8 Fingers.
Awkward moment when this kid here's the most normal out of the bunch.
I would like to strike at them before they burrow too deeply, but
This is why I like Vlad the Impaler. Just impale the royals. Especially these ones.
I need soldiers.
Where will you be attacking?
7 locations. The problem is that each of them are in territories owned by different noblemen.
If we could uncover evidence that ties them to 8 Fingers, I could use it to exert pressure and make the nobles compliant.
Or we could find something during the attack. Surely one of these locations hides a secret. Also, sister, I have an important question to ask you. You're aware that our beloved older brother is also taking money from 8 Fingers, right?
Not Brother Barbaro!
This could be our opportunity to depose him. We should definitely consider including his drug division stronghold in your plan of attack.
Taking out 8 targets is obviously better than 7.
As for soldiers, I will send my own guardsmen and faction military. Though even with adequate numbers, the real question is whether we can hold our own against the adamantite members of 6 Arms. If needed, I can call in a few favors from the Adventurers Guild.
He's here! I think this gentleman can handle 6 arms.
That took longer than I expected, but at least we know the grain is secure.
Told ya, had those psycho vibes coming out.
We can return to Nazarick without issue.
Tuare! Tuare, are you here?
Why is the door partially open? What the hell?
There are a number of scratch markings around the front door's keyhole. Unless we have 3-foot-tall rodents, someone must have picked the lock.
Tuare's been kidnapped, and I'm going to get her back. They have left instructions to meet them at a particular time and place.
I wonder if that's the best course. Look, I just mean you should inform Lord Ines before you go. Or have you already forgotten that he swore to protect that human girl of yours?
Report this to Lord Ines for me. Tell him the situation and ask what we should do about it.
Albedo.
Yes, I hear you, Lord Ines. Is there some way that I might serve you?
Wow, they have Bluetooth.
I just got a message from Solution, or rather from Sebas through her. Apparently the woman he took in, Tuare, has been abducted.
Oh yeah, she's never given up that ring.
I am occupied at the moment. Put together some forces to back Sebas up.
Forgive my insolence, Lord.
She's like C2 without the pizza.
You know I wouldn't object without good cause. But I fail to see the value in devoting our resources to save an inferior creature.
No value? I swear her safety on the great name of Ines Ulgone. My word is the most valuable thing I can offer. Is that clear? If not, I'll spell it out for you. This affront cannot be allowed to stand. Even if they were unaware of my word, they will atone for it! Sorry.
I have received your orders. There is nothing you need to apologize for, my lord.
Did you just apologize to her? Cock!
The fault was mine entirely. The girl will be rescued, and I will
Is that web the only thing keeping those boobs up?
personally make sure these fools regret their folly.
No need for that. You organize them, and Demiurge will command them on sight.
Still, I don't understand. Ein's all gone.
Does he ever actually sleep in his own bed, or does, like, Albedo hump that too?
Ridiculous.
Are there any normal women in fucking Nazarick? Wait, what am I asking? They're all undead. And then there's this one. You know, I was just thinking about the bitch queen that wants to, you know, ascend the throne and throw down her brother down a flight of stairs. And I was remembering, I forgot which army did this, but they were basically conquering, I don't know whether it was Europe or China. It could have been the Mongolians or it could have been someone else. And as you know, the rules of sieges, never engage in a siege because you could lose a third of your men during the siege, and then you're going to lose a third of them just like holding the fort, and then best case scenario and have a third of your forces left. Anyway, they were engaging in a siege, and they hate sieges. But what they basically did was, instead of trying to scale the walls, they surrounded the capital, and they started catapulting in the severed heads of their people. And so they did that a little bit after, you know, surrounding the place. And as you know, they're surrounded, their food stores will slowly start running out. And I think 6 months later, they pretty much ran out of food. And then, you know, they started killing their young and killing themselves so they don't get turned into sex slaves. But you would literally surround this girl's capital and then just catapult in the severed heads of her fallen soldiers. And you would just watch the population overthrow her herself. You would just simply declare, "Give us your queen and we will let you all live." And then you try to let her keep her grip on power. The people will eat her alive. You know, you just give it time. Just give it time. And they will just rip her apart. And then you just kill the people anyway. But you get my point. Like, that would be one way to conquer her city. Psychological warfare is just absolutely beautiful. Personally, I wouldn't throw the severed heads. I just throw the entire bodies while they're alive. You know, like a watermelon. Have you ever seen a watermelon dropped on concrete? Imagine their bodies. And as a secondary thing on the psychology, you would also be spreading the plague. Because you're just putting corpses all around the city. It's impossible to clean it up. And then the rats are going to feast on it, and then the plague comes back, and that's going to wipe out half of the defenses for you. Nothing like a good siege. Damn. Jesus, that inner Slav in me is really coming out. Who is more yandere, Albedo or the princess? The princess is just an entitled bitch. They're all like that. I've met a lot of spoiled little princesses that are like that. They think they're top shit until someone sticks a knife in their hand. Albedo is way more accepting and would even be fine if they had other women by his side. To her, Ainz is an idol of worship. Meanwhile, the princess thinks of a climb as a puppy. Well, I told you, the princess looks at him as an object of possession. She doesn't like him. She likes pieces of him, like his eyes and the fact that he follows her. She couldn't care less about him as a person. She likes attributes of him. She's the type to literally have his eyes surgically removed so that they will always be looking at her or some crap like that. That's her type of psychology. It makes perfect sense to her, but she's simply missing that human element within her capable of empathy. She is psychotic. She is, by the very definition of the word, a monster. She's just a psychotic one. Which is why I would use that particular line of psychological warfare in order to defeat her. She would always feign that she loves her people, but when push comes to shove, she would never sacrifice a thing for her people. Which is why you always attack her that way. The people will be like, "But princess, the only way to save your beloved city is to sacrifice yourself for the greater good." And she'd be like, "Fuck that shit!" And then the people would literally rip her apart. You know, sometimes you gotta fight fire with fire. Okay, next episode. Alright, let's take a little break and watch the next episode. I mean, This season of Overlord is definitely getting darker, and I'm enjoying it because we can have these conversations about psychological warfare and different strategies without it being off topic. So definitely up my alley. To answer your question, next episode is episode 11. Yaldabaoth. Is that a deity of creation in Judaism that was the equivalent of the devil? Like the creator of destruction? Because that's what it's looking like.
Hey, did I hand you a shrinking potion by accident? I could have sworn that was the gender swapping one.
Don't be hating. She's fun sized, that's all. She doesn't even have to get on her knees to blow.
You want to add anything to that conversation?
Nope, I'm good. In fact, I think your new size makes you an even more formidable and stealthy ninja.